Heather here with Underwater Panther, and today I would like to get into Aquarius. I'm probably going to start breaking down each of the 12 zodiac signs according to astrology, and then I break them down astro-psychologically. So I do combine the, if you want to call it MBTI or the personality types, with the zodiac signs to give more in-depth information and better visuals. So this is going to be one of those videos. I am going to break down Aquarius, or the INTJ. So I got heavily into Pisces. I've done a lot of Gemini videos, and then I got into Pisces. I have not finished that, but I am just kind of feeling the urge to break down each of the signs briefly, which is probably going to turn into a 30-minute video. Anyways, I am just feeling it. So today I am going to go over the Aquarius, or INTJ, which is actually where my Mercury is placed. It's in the 11th house and Aquarius. So that is, my chart is set up in the natural houses due to my Aries rising. So my Mercury is in Aquarius, so that is my thinking, learning, communication, how my internal gearbox works when it comes to my brain. I didn't really, I think I've kind of noticed it most of my life. My Pisces sun is pretty strong in the 12th. But I think your Mercury really starts kicking in after probably 30 or so. So I am 35. Okay, so shout out to all my Aquarius people. I absolutely love you guys. They say that they are some of the most masculine of the types: Gemini, Aries, INTJ, or Aquarius. So let me do this. It's the Aries, ESTP. I would say Gemini, ENTJ, Aries, ESTP. You can maybe flip flop those. And then probably INTJ or Aquarius as the top three masculine signs. So I actually kind of want to run that down a little bit. Where did it go? Missing. There it is. My Aquarius Mercury struggling against my Pisces sun. And then my Capricorn moon, like, OCD. Okay, so let me look at this again. We've got. I would definitely put ISTP or Sagittarius in the top 5 masculine signs. For sure, they have a ton of energy too. They're very intelligent. They're all about what they want. Okay, so I am just sitting here trying to figure out my top 5 or so, 6, 7, 8, who knows, of the masculine signs, because Aquarius, or the INTJ, is very masculine. So I would say there's a tie between Aries, or the ESTP, and the Gemini or ENTJ for number 1. And then, so number 3, I would give to either the Aquarius INTJ or the ISTP Sagittarius. because they're very fiery. They're all about what they want. Geminis, they are just the differences between Aries and Geminis. So the ESTP and the ENTJ is, man, Geminis are just social, probably more socially adept than Aries. Aries are like independent, they're loners, they're the lone wolf. They have tons of energy and they are a starter type, but so is their structure, I'm sorry. So Aries and ENTJs are both structure types. They can structure when it comes to socializing in different ways. Aries is trying to initiate the seeing, the expression of the seeing and feeling, and then Gemini, the air, they're intellectuals. They are just I think they're more like overt. Aries would be more in your face, covert about what is going on, just blunt, direct. But Geminis, on the other hand, they can like pull the rug out from an Aries by like mental gymnastics and deception. They are very much more overt than an Aries or ESTP, but in the long run, they have a huge social network. They gather information very well. They do have a lot of energy, and they're very entrepreneurial. I would say they can be more cold than an Aries. Aries will express how they feel. They are about the group. Nope, they're both pragmatic. Just kidding. I keep forgetting that fire signs are pragmatic, like duh. Um, they're abstract. Geminis are very abstract, so they can like Aries are very holistic minded, but they're more like tunnel vision because of that introverted thinking. Um, Parent, yeah, and then the ENTJ has that extroverted thinking. They just gather. They're like thought vampires, and they just gather so much more information more broadly than an Aries. So that's how they can conquer the number one spot, I would say. But Aries is a one man team a lot of the times, and they are a serious force to be reckoned with. Even though they're a one man team, they just go and go and go and go. So as long as they can keep up with it, they're very, very determined, very, very competitive. Um, so that's a hard call for me, I would say. Now, INTJs, they are more introverted. Like those two, Aries and Geminis, they're extroverted. INTJ and ISTP, Sagittarius, and Aquarius are both more introverted. It's funny because my daughter's a Sag, and she's a through and through Sag, Sun and Mercury, and then my Mercury is in Aquarius, but we are both energetically, according to human design, projectors, and so we're very like sensitive to energy. It's like we get drained easily, and I know another Mina Arfan on YouTube. She's a Sagittarius Sun, and um, she's also a projector. So, but they're like Sag is a powerhouse, regardless. Okay, so leave it to me. I'm doing an Aquarius video, and I've totally made a whole nother video side tangent, like just having fun, creative. All my little gears are clicking. Um, I am now talking about Aquarius and Sagittarius for the third place, and they are both introverted. So it's like, um, they both, okay, so the ISTP, so they're both finisher types. So, the structure would be the Aries and Gemini. They're structuring social dynamics, they're trying to structure society itself. Aries likes to, when they get into a system or group or whatever, they tend to gather the information, see what's going on, and then just want to like blow up, dynamite everything, and try to build the system better. Geminis, they're not necessarily like that. They are not as bold as Aries when it comes to blowing up structures and reorganizing. A Gemini, they're all with the extroverted thinking, so they will manipulate that from like a top end. Like Aries is more like groundwork, physical, like freaking punching through things physically, but Geminis are they are apt to take shortcuts, and um, they're all about the numbers. Like Geminis are the CEO, hardcore. They want to run things. They are mentally witty and capable of running things. They have the abstraction. They have that ability to see and project further into the future than Aries. Aries' downfall is they have a ton of energy. They're independent. They're scholarly, very witty, tactical. I give it to them. They can summon good networking groups, and they can be kind of an advocate too. So it's like they know how to pull on the heartstrings of others and stand up for people. But Geminis are better when it comes to systems. Like Aries is all about the thinking, their mind, and the scholarliness. But Geminis, they are just naturally good at understanding. They're very systematic. It's like they're systematic and pragmatic, and then Aries are interest based, so they're more about the motives, like the behind the scenes. So Geminis are better at implementation and changing systems and through the procedures. And so Geminis are really good at implementing things. I mean, they will be on the fence. Like Aries will be in your face, and you'll know where Aries stands, and they are less apt. They're very much more less apt to play people against each other. Geminis, on the other hand, they're really good at playing people, playing both sides of the fence, and being like the puppet master that way. And then Aquarius and ISTP. The Aquarius would kind of be like obviously in the Gemini's shoes, and then the what am I doing? ISTP. So yeah, that's another air and fire combo here. It's hilarious. Um, an ISTP can definitely in the long or the short term outwit a Aquarius or INTJ. In the short term, I would say an Aries would win, the fire signs. In the short term, up front, I would say the fire signs win, but I will give Sag, they are finisher types if they can just stick on to something, because they're like, Sages are like the fire that's scattered. They're like a wild freaking horse running all over the place, running around in circles. It's like a fiery tornado just like causing chaos. Like, they just go on rampages. It's hilarious. So their energy is kind of like all over the place. But if they can stick to a project, I will give it to them. That they're amazing. They're brilliant. They can be serious workhorses. Now, but I will give an Aquarius long term. I would give it to the Aquarius and the Gemini because they have that abstract mind. They can see further into the future. And Aquarius has not only the future thinking aspect of it, like a Gemini, um, but they also, like a Gemini, have the extroverted thinking, which is tearing down ideas and understanding um, how to gather information from a broad sense, and then apply it in a systematic way. So it's like they're all about the gears, the structure, the gears, like the internal workings of a business, so to speak, like a business. or just like a project or researching or whatever, they really get down into the nitty-gritty when it comes to the mind. Sag and Aries are really good in the physical, like the physical grinding, the structure. But then Geminis and Aquarius are really good with the internal workings. So you need the internal workings, which can produce a huge, larger amount of, product or whatever, revenue or whatever the case may be. So, here's another one I want to throw in there for 5th place. I don't know. I think Capricorn or Libras or Capricorn, I think is what I would put, or maybe Scorpio. I'm trying to think of a Capricorn versus a Libra. See, Capricorns are affiliative though. Yeah, I would say that a Libra for sure would knock out the Capricorn for 5th place. And that is because Capricorns are affiliative, so they are about the group. They're not as independent as Libras. Libras are pragmatic. They both Capricorns are very organized. They're like OCD. They love to research. They're always climbing the mountain. They're gonna get there slower than a Libra. Because Capricorns, they like innately they feel like they have to take a whole bunch of steps and they're enjoying that process. Libras, they want to shortcut, less steps, less physical work, all mental. I will pay someone to do something for me to get there quicker. So I would say that Libras would definitely outwit or just not feel like they need to work as hard. They're very entrepreneurial. They're very visionary. That is the ENTP or the Libras. They're very visionary. They can see many possibilities. And then the Capricorn or the ISTJs, they're considered like the examiner. Capricorns may finish a project. Libras would probably start something and then, kind of half butt it and then give it over to someone else or start something different. But a Capricorn, they're gonna like have one goal. They're gonna work very slowly but hard and be absolutely solid in the foundation of their project. Libras, they're like high risk, high reward type of people. And a Capricorn is very conservative, low risk. It's interesting. So long term, I would probably bet on the Capricorn because they're very loyal, steady, committed. They might treat their employees better than a Libra. And then Libra would be more about their own ideas themselves, kind of more cold, can definitely talk the talk. They're more about the talking and communicating. And Libras are fun because it's like their social network is insane. They have a really good memory. And they are go-getters in their own right, but it's mostly pulling strings in their social network that definitely helps in that out in that area. So that's my top 5. It's the Aries or Gemini, and then the Aquarius or the Sag, and then the Capricorn versus the Libra. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to get into my actual video now and probably post this to the side.